would be the second high. They haven't drafted a quarterback this high since Jay Cutler, and that's not exciting?
Matter of fact, isn't Cutler, isn't there some weird stat about, he's the only first-round quarterback the Broncos have ever drafted?
No, they've drafted guys in the 20s like Tebow, Maddox.
Oh, that's
and,
right.
That's
right. And maybe top 10 quarterback.
Okay.
Top 10.
Paxton
Lynch, he's in the 20s too. Cutler, I think, is the highest. See, the weird thing about that is Elway was a trade, but he was kind of a draft.
Elway counts as a draft pick to me.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
You would count that?
Absolutely. The only thing that's different is you made the trade 2 seconds later than rather than 2 seconds before.
Or it was probably agreed on before. And then,
yeah.
See, I would tend to agree with you on that, but that's one of those weird semantics things that gets brought up. So I'll count it, though, because they knew they were going to get him. There's a way to get him through the draft and then a trade. Cutler, and then 12 would be Bo Nix. So this would be the third highest drafted or acquired quarterback in the history of your organization. That's not exciting?
Yeah, it is. But I think maybe the separation that they're talking about without admitting it is a belief in it. And to me, that's an entirely different conversation. I don't love Bo Nix at number 12, but I'd be excited to see what happens.
I don't know if I'll have any excitement on this draft, quarterback or non-quarterback.
You wouldn't be curious about a quarterback drafted at 12. That wouldn't sort of get you like, how's this going to go? I want to see training camp a little bit. I want to see how this works out.
No, once I get there and I become, let's see if there's any salvation in this season at all. And when we go and watch training camp and see, is there something maybe that he didn't do or I didn't see? I went back just the other day and watched the Bo Nix highlight film, and I always remind people when you get online and do that, it's called highlights.
I get it.
For a reason. And
he's got a lot of them, though.
Dude, they were fat. Well, dude, what was it, 45 touchdowns last year?
45-3.
Yeah.
I thought Colorado held him in check.
Just that alone. Well, when do you have 7 against Colorado?
They lost by 50 to Oregon or whatever it was.
It was 1 or 2.
It was one of the games that Dion admitted they got their asses kicked.
Yeah.
So somebody on the text line says it would be compelling, intriguing, and interesting, but not exciting.
Well, my man, it can't be all those three.
I would love to hear what the hell is the difference between compelling, intriguing, and interesting, but not exciting.
Compelling is it's just showing some interest, and you won't, you can investigate. Excitement is like Russ. Russ was
exciting.
Well, that's a belief.
But there was no compel. Was it compel?
Yes, it was everything. Come on. It was unreal. We were on the edge of our seat with everything with Russ.
Oh, it was compelling.
I think it turned compelling.
No,
his journey here was compelling.
It was all good.
I think it was all those.
It was all. Listen, Paxton Lynch, and we can crap all over him now, obviously, but don't tell me that wasn't exciting when Paxton Lynch showed up to OTAs. I was there. I was there watching it. It was pretty exciting to me.
That one didn't last long, though.
Okay, fine. But still, don't tell me it wasn't all those type of things.
It was compelling, interesting.
And didn't you want to see him play? Didn't you want to see?
Nope. It didn't take me long. It didn't take me long at all.
Wait a second. At what point during training camp
when I was watching Paxton Lynch were on his own practice on the second field because Gary Kubiak couldn't figure out a way to get him actually involved with his own starters because that's how bad it was. You had the starting unit going on one field and Paxton's on the other, and he's pulling the Tebow. He's literally running during 7-on-7. I looked at that. It took me about 2 weeks of watching it to realize I've got no intrigue about seeing him on the field in a game.
I'm looking at the text line. Everybody forgets his career at Auburn. He was horrible for years. Hey, texter, how is Joe Burrow at Ohio State?
Yeah.
Who cares what happened in the past?
Daniels.
Yeah, how was ASU's freshman year with Jane Daniels? It was actually pretty good. I watched it.
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman, Oklahoma State. How'd that go? Oklahoma. Wow. See?
Learn something new every day. I didn't realize he was a transfer.
He was a transfer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's silly. There's huge development between 18 and 22, and Bo Nix is 24 and married.
He is married?
Yeah. Well, that's a mistake, but I mean,
Oh, wow. But do we want to go on that, D-Mac? We want to go into that?
Listen, man, you can't get married before you're a pro athlete. You guys, come on. I mean, just you want to be a pro athlete for a little bit, don't you?
Do you, though, D-Mac?
Do you? Well, I wouldn't be the one to ask. As somebody who got together with his wife when he was 19 and she was 18, and but Hey, you guys are pro athletes. It must have been kind of cool. I mean, you realize all of us muggles, us non, it's us. We all sort of, that's really the real reason.
You could have been 21 also. You could have been 22.
Yeah, I know, but the access to
what?
Must have been all right.
There's an app for that.
All right. Adam, a Mustard Tiger. You were suspiciously quiet there, Scotty.
I was married when I got in the pros.
As was I.
Should I just stop talking right now? Would that be appropriate?
Well, yeah, no. I mean,
Okay,
if you want to talk about your unhappiness.
Okay, that's fine. Adam Mustard Tiger was at Dion's presser. He's also got insight to the CU win last night and the Lady Buffs, because it might be more exciting with the women's side as it was last year than this year. Adam's got it all for you coming up next.